Welcome to the Black Script Storytellers. My name is Kevin Marable, and today we have an amazing roundtable. I have the cast and crew of the Moment series. Really, it's the directors, writers, and some of the actors. But thank you all for joining. How are you all doing today? How's everybody doing? Everybody's good. Awesome. Awesome.
Pretty good. Can't complain. We're happy to be here for sure.
Sir.
Doing
Yes,
good.
sir.
Absolutely. Doing good and feeling blessed.
Awesome, man. So if we could go around the room and introduce yourselves and what role that you played in participating in the Moment series. And I will start with you, Malik.
Yeah, my name is Malik Baker. I pretty much was the producer, showrunner, director of one of the episodes as well, and pretty much took care of the cinematography and editing for the series.
Okay. And Kelly.
Yeah, what's the deal? So, I had a lot to do, a lot of pre-production on this Moment series. I worked most in particular on episode 2 and 3 on the camera team and as assistant director, and a lot in post. Me and Malik always going back with those drafts.
Dope, man. Let's go with Jalen.
What's going on? I'm Jalen. I was the excuse me. I was the writer and director for episode 1, and I was the co-director for our finale episode. And I don't know if Malik wants to announce it yet, but yeah, I'm the writer and director for season 2 premiere episode. But we're gonna keep that on the low though.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But yeah, no, salute to you guys, man. You guys are working. And so let's go with is it Aiko? Aiko?
It's Aiko.
Aiko. Okay, my
Yeah,
apologies. Let's go with
no
Aiko.
worries. Yeah. So I am the writer and director of the episode 4, A Trail Forward. Yeah, my name comes from like my first and last name put together, so that's how Aiko came about.
Dope. And let's go with John.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Sean. I am the writer of episode 3, Lookout. I think Malik directed it because I go to school in New York, so I couldn't be there on set in person. But he did a great job, and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
All right. And Jamal, last but not least.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jamal Averett. I was one of the actors in episode 1 and also on the finale. And so excited to be here and just we all these creatives. And it was definitely a joy to be a part of it for sure.
It's all
Isaac.
good. It's all good. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Isaac Burt. I am the writer and director for episode 2, The Bad Guy.
How did you all meet? Who wants to jump in?
I could just start it off. So I feel like I brought everybody all together, so it just makes sense. I started off. So, so pretty much we all met in different time periods. So I want to just start off with Kelly Flicks. I met him back in 2016 or 2017, right after I did my first short film. We connected through social media, and we just been cool since, and just built a friendship, and also just built like a good work relationship. Definitely someone I like to go to when it comes to like whenever I need help with a shoot for like client work to like any type of project. He's always down to help out. Vice versa, I help him out as well with his project. So it's just like I've been a tag team duo since then. And then when I go to Jalen, I met Jalen like almost 3 years ago, and we was connected on social media as well. And literally, he had hit me up for like a music video that he was doing. He just asked if I wanted to like come help out. I was like, yeah, I got you. And then since
Yeah,
then,
really out of the blue too, bro.
Yeah,
I noticed you. I was like, yo, I need a shooter, and yeah, I'm gonna come to you, bro. We never met before, but we're gonna knock it out. So that's how it really happened.
Yeah, so we ended up being cool since then, and just worked on many projects, helped him out on the cinematography side, so he could focus on directing. Then I met Isaac and John back at NAU in college. John was literally my roommate. Well, not even my roommate. He lived next door from me in the same dorm freshman year. We ended up playing rugby together as well. So and it's funny because I didn't even know he was a film major until towards the end of our college careers. Never had class together or anything.
Same. We never had a single class together. I don't think. We just met on the rugby pitch and in the dorms. But yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have not one class together, which was very crazy to me. But Isaac was in the same film program as well. We had a few classes together, and then we've been cool since because he was from LA, I was from LA, and I was just like, when you meet someone from LA in a whole different state, you got to stay close at the end of the day. And then when it comes to Aisha, I met her through one of my good friends since high school, and she was I met her during the time I was helping. She was working on a visual project for like for her album. So literally, I was just like, "Yeah, I'm down to help you shoot it, put it together." She knew how to edit, so I was like, "Okay, this make my job easier. I could just shoot it, and then you edit it." So it's like it works out on my end. And then Jamal, I met Jamal through Jalen and Jackie. I was working on Jackie's proof of concept project, and literally, when I seen them two just like together on screen the first time we worked together, I was like, I like duo right here, perfect duo. I like Jamal. Jamal can act, so it could be cool.
Feel free if you wanna jump in, Jamal, real quick and kind of speak to that.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing, bro. Like kind of similar to with Malik. Like it's kind of like when you love what you do and you get a chance to meet other creators, right? And we're all from. I think I'm the only one that's like from a different, like from North Carolina. You know what I mean? I moved here, so and my biggest dream was like I just want to just create fire content and just create stories and tell stories with just amazing filmmakers. So when you finally get the chance to do that, it's truly a blessing. And for me, I didn't really start, my career wasn't start off in acting at all. I kind of just decided to move here in 2019, wipe my entire 401k out and just start a new career. And of course, a lot of ups and downs, but when I got a chance to really, mesh with Malik, Jalen, Jackie, and all these other creators here, it was just something that we all had in common, which was like just for the love of storytelling, right? And just for the love of the art, for the love of the craft. And when you meet people that's like on that simple mindset who really just want to just do nothing but create, and not just create, but create and tell stories that really impact and things that hit that make you be like, damn, like I can relate to that. Like it really, really makes you feel this type of way. So I'm just blessed, you know what I mean, just to be here and just be able to kind of just have this opportunity to be kind of like talk about our journeys and kind of where we all started and how we plan to continue to elevate on season 2 of the series.
Yeah, I like that you guys are already got the mindset of season 2 already. I love it.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a few of you guys who may have not met each other in person, but you are part of the series. Who has not met each other in person?
Thanks. I haven't met Jamal yet, and I'll say this: it's almost like a full circle moment because I remember Malik editing the UCLA proof of concept down in my studio. You know what I mean? So I seen you already, bro. I kind of feel like I know you, low key.
That's why I say, Kelly, we definitely like, bro. Because anytime you see Kelly flicks, like on something, it's a vibe. So I knew you. So it's like it's just like you said, full circle for sure.
Yeah, super dope too. And then to see you guys actually work out here on some stuff that some great scripts. It's such a collaborative effort, you know what I mean, putting together moments. It isn't the same person writing, directing, and shooting it, you know what I mean? It's all these different minds coming together, and to be able to see Jamal get on film out there with Jackie is almost like, damn, like we should have been seeing something like this. So it looks so natural, and then seeing the last episode, the finale, it's like, oh, this is perfect. Like this is what it was supposed to be the whole time. So it's really full circle for me right now.
Right. And I felt like every episode, it just got stronger and stronger, and more people started to show up and pay attention and get into the series. And not even that, before we even get into the series, people also love watching the behind the scenes, behind the moment. I feel like that's a very important piece that you include, because there's a lot of our content where we only see the finished product, but we never see the behind the scenes of how it was put together and how it was done. So it's good to see all of your collective minds come together to put these pieces of their films, their mini films together, and then show how you did it. And seeing all these black faces, together, doing something good, positive, you know what I'm saying, and making it happen is amazing.
I agree. And it's kind of like you breaking the fourth wall. It's like you get a chance to really see like behind the scenes, like just the moments of like just because at the end of the day, like although we like this industry can be tough, right? It can be so many no's and rejection, but at the end of the day, we love doing what we do. So to be able to capture those moments, you like, dang, like that was really a moment, and like what you see is really the relationship. Like honestly, like even looking at every episode, a part of this series from the writers, the actors, like the directors, everybody who played a part in it, you could
Yeah.
tell everything was it really just it meshed well and it hit home. And I think that's the thing we really want to like really capture. And I think Malik for sure, like just talking to him, really capturing like what it means to have those different encounters of like whether maybe you didn't really go through it like yourself, but you relate to it because it's like, dang, like I really relate to it and it's real. And so, like, just keeping that realness about everything is like, and behind the scenes, it really kind of makes the audience relate to the characters and also relate to the story for real too.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you all this, and anybody can jump in. What was your first thought or initial thought when Malik presented the idea of doing moments?
Oh yeah, I want to know this.
I'll go first.
Go ahead,
Oh, you
Jalen.
want to go first? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll say. I was like, it's about damn time. Honestly, when you approached me, I was like, I've been waiting, like, not for Malik specifically, but for anybody. But I knew like Malik was cooking with something, and I was kind of waiting for Malik to say something because I didn't know what I could tell him. Since I'm just a writer, like I really only write. So like I feel like if I write something and I give it to someone, I go, hey, make this. It's just kind of like weird. But that's kind of what you have to do as a writer as well. It kind of sucks. But that's another story. Malik and I have been. I think Malik was an actor on one of my capstone for undergrad, and ever since I worked with him on that, and he also helped me with like producing it and like doing his locations and stuff. He did a lot of work and he helped me with it. And ever since I worked with Malik on that, like I knew we were gonna make some more shit together. Sorry, kind of more stuff. Okay, we're gonna make some more shit together. So when Malik came up to me or texted me and he was like, "Hey, I got this series. Like, can you give me an episode?" And I sent him two things that I've written for like a USC and an LMU like submission kit, and he said, "Actually, can you write something else?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah," because I didn't know what he was looking for exactly. And then we talked a little bit more about what he was looking for, and I sent it to him. I sent him the script for Lookout, and he said, "This is literally perfect. We're gonna film it like this weekend." And he did it that weekend. I think like it was like 5 days later where he was like shooting it, and I was like, dang, this guy's moving quick. And that's exactly what I thought would happen if we worked together. It would just be quick. It would be good. We could do it, and when we could move on. Now we're doing season 2, and it feels like we just did. Obviously, we just did season 1, so it's just like it's moving and it's got momentum already. And I think I was just waiting for that to pop.
Yeah, most definitely. Anybody else?
I can go ahead next. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, the crazy part is, yeah, me and Malik had like this epiphany that we wanted to do something before he thought of moments. He's like, man, we just need short little content releases because that's back when you were shooting your little self content, Malik. And I was like, yo, these shots are perfect. You just need a story. Like, I don't know what's happening. You're missing something. But yeah, we talked about that, and then 2 weeks later, I want to say like, yeah, 2 weeks tops. He hits me, bro. Let's do it. We talked about it. Let's actually write a script and let's actually start making it. And then yeah, man, Malik kind of pushed us forward. You got to walk the talk. You know what I mean? So that's how we kind of just started get it going.
Dope, man. That's dope. Isaac, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, after John and Jalen, I kind of feel like I might be like, just like saying the same thing. But yeah, no,
You good, man? You good?
I remember just me, Kelly, and Malik just like all just like chilling at the crib, and we were just like, yo, like we have like just like all these just like ideas, and like we just can't like let these go to waste. And I remember just like we had made 2 shorts for somebody else, and I think like 2 weeks later, we were making like all 4 or 5 episodes like back to back to back to back to back. And I was just like, it's just so really nice to see just like a lot of people just like have the passion and the drive to just like keep making like products and keep making films. And I think like especially like right now, it's so important. It's very dire right now for like Black creativity, especially.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure brought that together.
Yeah, and I feel like this also allows for each of you to get a feel. If you haven't done enough of this, it gives you a feel as to what it would be like if you were doing something on a larger scale, and it kind of gets your feet wet. But not only that, it also provides exposure for all of you, in your selective fields that you each do, um, and it gives everybody an opportunity to work together. And for the fact that you guys came together as a collective, to put these projects together with different aspects of talent and different viewpoints, different perspectives, and made such a phenomenal series in such a short period of time, and was consistent about it. That I feel like that says a lot, and I don't think that enough people pay attention to that. The fact that you guys didn't have any lag time or any time, a whole lot of time in between. It was really like watching, when you watch an episode and say it's episodic and they release a new episode each week. I know you guys weren't releasing it each week, but it felt like that. And to have that, that many people on deck, and to keep it consistent, and the look and feel, it all was seamless to me. And so I commend you guys on that for sure. Let me ask, in your opinion, and that's for anybody, what do you think has been the public perception or public reception from everyone who has watched these episodes?
I guess I can go. Some of my favorite moments is watching the episode for myself and then reading the comments, because I know what my idea of it was, and I was appreciative when Malik would send me updates about like how each episode was going. I was like, yes, this is gonna hit, But then like seeing the comments, it's really cool to see how many people relate to it, and obviously we had a feeling about that. I know Malik and I have talked about that before. We're making these like everyday experiences very cinematic,
Right.
and it makes it hit home. And I know Malik was really intentional about getting the feel for it, not just with like the people on board with the team, but like just the visual, the sound, getting everything down. And I know Malik gets down to the nitty gritties of the details, which is why I was so excited to work with him. But seeing that people paid attention to those nuances, it really gave hope that, like content creation is still intentional. People want to see that quality over quantity, especially right now with what's going out in the media. I was really excited when Moments came out, because I'm like, we haven't seen a series online on Instagram like this before. Like, you the head honcho of this. Like, don't forget that, and just do that. And to be able to do that with grace and has so many people on his side, I'm like, it's no way you could lose with this kind of series, because it connects to home in so many different ways. So to see the comment section really reflect that, it was really awesome to see everything through.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Aisha. That
And
that was
I'll echo that, Aisha. I think, you said it so well. I think when you have a leader who is such a fearless leader, who understands the power of storytelling and able to really capture, it's crazy. Like, I feel like Malik, and not just all of our minds, work so crazy, right? It's like, you have an idea, right? You see it on paper, then it's like, then you see the end result. It's like, when, as an actor, when you in it, you don't really see like, okay, like you didn't know you're creating. Like, I'm just happy I'm creating today. Like,
right.
I'm happy I'm on set. Like,
Yeah.
so, but to see like having a leader, somebody who understands the power of not only storytelling but know how to like really lead and be able to like step up to the plate, and having other team players a part of that. It's like when you root it in something, like it has no other reason but to grow or sprout. You know what I'm saying? Sprout favor, whether that's it's going to just bloom in a good way. And so with the public reception of it, it's been so good to see, because I think I said this earlier, everybody relates to it in some type of way. It may not always be something your story, but you've seen your cousin or mom or your sister or brother maybe go through, losing their car, or like, going through rejection or going through turmoil or going through trials. Like, we all know what obstacles look like. So to be able to look at that face in the face and really just and look at it face on and know you can tackle it, and be able to, as people know that I can relate to it, and it just feels like home, like, and it feels like relatable. I think that's what makes it so special. And I think when you have just great people, a great team,
Yeah.
it just makes it all good. The puzzle is gonna be, it may be puzzle, it be crazy sometimes putting together, but it's all gonna work out in the end. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's love.
Yeah. So Yeah, definitely appreciate both of y'all for saying that. Man, just the perception, just as far as like just the feedback that I was getting from each episode, it's been very positive. I feel like some of the audience, they tend to go deep, like they dive deep into the episode. They be like, man, I like this episode because like it just touched this and that. I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy. Because like when I'm like literally when we doing like production for it, I'm just thinking more of like, okay, let's make sure we like get what we need to get done and like really like make the best out of it. And I think what makes it just crazy is because I feel like I may be thinking about the story in my head, but I don't really. It's funny because I feel like we don't really talk deep about the episodes as much. We'll just be like, "Yo, this is a crazy episode. This is a crazy script." But in my head, I think of like how it'll be like put together from like shooting it to editing it, and then once it just come out, I just say, "Okay, it's out in the world. I'm gonna just see what everybody gonna say to it." And just people feedback is just crazy. You got people that just be that think deep to it. They're like, man, I feel like every episode I learned a lesson. I learned some type of lesson. And then there'll be people to be like, man, are you serious? This is how you're going to end the episode? Like, what's next? Like, I want more of this. And it's like, it's very interesting just to see the type of feedbacks we've been getting throughout the series, and I'm just grateful for that. And also just seeing how like even though we wasn't posting an episode every week, people were still staying tuned into the series and just staying tuned in and just really seeing the how that last episode really came like full circle to where everybody just like came together. It was just like, yeah, this was a good series all put together. And it just to this day, people were just going back to watch the episodes that they haven't seen yet. Whoever's like new watching it, and it's just very crazy just to see that at the end of the day.
Absolutely, man. And another thing is that me and Malik had spoken once before on a call, and I think we also talked, in DMs and whatnot. But I also love the fact that every episode has its own unique style, but it's still cohesive all the way through everybody's project. You have one episode where you have to turn the screen sideways, horizontal. Another episode where it's more so kind of like spoken word, a little bit. It's more artsy. You know what I'm saying? You have one where you shoot it at night and everything is, you got the night aspect to it. I just really enjoyed the experimentation, and you guys weren't afraid to try something different with each episode, and they all tied in together cohesively. I felt like I was watching something that was really put together well and polished. This is just my opinion, but I feel like I have a good eye for these things, and also the scripts were amazing. Yeah, and so I'm really proud of you guys, man. You guys came together and did something spectacular. Have you guys received any type of feedback from anybody, maybe within the industry? Have you heard anything?
I haven't really heard anything yet, but like we continue to said before, this is like a perfect opportunity, like you said, just to get our reps in. So this is a perfect opportunity just to be experimental, try new things. Like that's what I really love just about this series. Malik is giving me an opportunity to just to play with my pen, my hand, my script writing. You know what I mean? Or just play with how I want to shoot this, how I want to try to pull from other directors and just try to create my own style within his series. And they all seamlessly go together because we got one thing in common, and that's Malik Baker right here, the eye behind the camera. So honestly, yeah, I just love it. I haven't gotten any news yet on my end, but I know this is elevating me one step further to become what we all are going to be, and that's a great filmmaker.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
no, I second that. I think this is Jalen said it perfectly. This is like the perfect playground for artists, for writers to really like to just try anything that you want within reason, obviously. But like the title moments, like it's the log line is it's broad. It's like anything can be a moment, but that really gives you the freedom to like to sit down and say, okay, what type of moment do I want to create? I only got 5 minutes, but I can write a whole story in 5 minutes, you know? So like, and knowing that it's going to get made too, that's just like a different, like something switches in your brain when you know I'm not just writing a script. Like a script is just a blueprint. But like when you know I'm writing a script and this is gonna get made and it's gonna be put out in a couple of weeks, like it makes you rethink about like all the things that you want to say because you know people are going to see this and it's going to be finished, and that just like knowing that that's going to be part of it, I think really helps the creative juices a lot.
Yeah, and it forces you to work that much harder on your craft, and to polish it and to make sure that what you're delivering is something that you can be proud of at the end of the day. You're not just writing something quickly and then throwing it out into the wild. You have the wherewithal to know that somebody could be potentially watching this, and this could be potentially a opportunity for me in the long run. So let me give it my all. Let me be serious about this, and let's make some amazing content. And that goes for everybody. That's for all of you.
So I would say some people the feedback I got, I did get like some feedback from one DP from like that's works in the industry, and they really like what I'm coming up with. They feel that this is something that a lot of people been missing, because originally the reason for moments was just for something, just for us to be able to showcase like our talents. I feel that for me that I could. It's like it's so easy to do everything, to direct, to edit, to write a script, to do it all. But it's like, why? How about let me just come together with people that I know that's probably good in other aspects that probably don't have. They probably have to wait to get a reel done for their work, especially when it comes to like a lot of actors. I always get hit up with actors, be like, "Hey, can you shoot me a reel?" They'll like recreate a scene, they'll shoot it. And most of the actors, they spend a lot of time doing self tapes, to where they don't really have that like time outside of what acting school to like do some type of practice on the camera. So it's just like it's kind of like that gateway to just be like, you know what, this is the place for us to bring in new actors, new writers who are looking to get some reps in to create something that's dope and propelling stories. Because it's as far as like we're all sharing our gifts at the end of the day. And it's like, I know how to shoot, I know how to edit. And it's like, okay, you know what? Let me find someone else who could write it. And then, with the writers, I open the floor for the writers to direct their episodes. Because I know that for me, I may probably, when I read the script, I might have another imagination outside of what the writer probably had. But so it's like, you know what? If you want to direct it, that's cool, because I could just shoot it and I'll put it together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Man, I relate to that so much. Go ahead, Isaac.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, no, and if I can like add on to that, like I don't think there's ever been like a project that I've been like a part of it. It was just like this like amount of just like creativity and freedom that was just like allowed. Because I remember just like when like we like first talked about it, I asked Malik, and I was like, yo, so like what kind of script like do you want? He was like, anything. And I was like, what do you mean by anything? He was like, anything. And I was like, all right. And like it really just like kind of like makes you as a creative kind of like sit down and think, okay, what kind of story like can I give somebody? I have like full creativity and like full control, and like it really like puts you
Exactly.
on that spot. And like yeah, it was really 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 good, really really fun to do, and so really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
It
The
allows you
creative
to
control
open.
is everything.
yeah, and in terms of like a perception, like and like feedback, I think this is like the first time on like a project where like I've had people just like text me like, "Yo, like your episode, like I like teared up watching." I was like, "What do you like?" Whoa, like that's really cool to have that kind of like just like feedback from people. And to be honest with y'all, like I wrote that episode in like 20 minutes, like 2 hours before the deadline. So I was like, I didn't know what's really just like to like get out of it. So and yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool to have that kind of feedback. Very very, it's really yeah, it's cathartic in a way.
That's dope, man. That is dope. What were you gonna say, Jamal?
Oh man, I was gonna say to piggyback off of Malik, like I'm speaking on behalf of actors. Like every actor really be needing content, like need content. So for me, I remember when I first got the chance to work with, Malik and Jalen and also Jackie, the other actor that's appeared in my episodes. I met them, shooting the proof of concept. So like when I saw the result, I'm like, okay, these guys can really. I ain't gonna say these niggas. These guys really talented. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. And so when I saw that, I was so eager. So when I got the opportunity to be able to create with Malik again and Jalen, I'm eager because I'm like, I know what I'm getting myself into, and I also know that the end result is going to be amazing. And so the feedback that I'll be getting as an actor is like it's different. Being able to tap into different ranges of like every episode. Like the first episode, I was kind of more upbeat, like more, who was kind of similar to who I am naturally, and then. This episode I was able to kind of play a little bit more, like more laid back. And I think, as an actor, like you want to be able to play different ranges and people to be able to see you as that because the reality is people don't know what you can do until you show them where they see it. And so that's sometimes the struggle as being an actor is like people always like typecasting you, right? So I think a series like this is an opportunity for like not only just myself, the writers, the actors, but just speaking on behalf of like the actors, like to be able to show people kind of what I can do and really kind of what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And so the feedback has been so amazing, not only just like about the series, but just about just as far as at least for me, my career when it comes to be able to play different, like different vibes, different emotions. So it's just been really been a blessing so far. I can't complain.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and if I could piggyback on that, I think what everybody can agree on. This was a great showcase of talent, great showcase of great acting, cinematography, and things like that. And even when I was talking to Malik in pre-production about this, originally every episode was supposed to be vertical. You know what I mean? But then episode 2 came up, and Isaac didn't want to do vertical, so that's when that kind of went out the window. But then a part of that is also the creative everybody's creative in their own different ways, right? And I think that everybody leaves their own stamp on each episode. You talked about the more poetic episode that Aiko did. Every episode is that much different, but they're all great in their own way. So I think, when Malik was coming up with this, he kind of saw it a certain way. But as we went on episode to episode, man, the amount of creative freedom that these guys had to write, direct, even song choices. Like Isaac threw a nice song in there that a lot of people sticks with a lot of people. And those is different types of things I think really attracted this audience. I'm seeing in the comments what a lot of people are saying are like they are happy. That's just something that finally has happened, right? I think a lot of people have been waiting for this kind of LA film space to really explode and be what they think it is because a lot of people are saying they're directors and actors, but they're not seeing a lot of these same people in projects. So this is a great outlet for everybody to get their stuff off.
Yeah, and even just speaking to the LA scene and the amount of talent that is out there, um, and you guys came together, so to speak. You guys are like the Avengers. You guys came together. you formed like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? And
I call Black Panther.
right.
Yeah, this Wakanda.
Yeah, man. I love the fact that you guys were able to figure this out. Not get in each other's way. A lot of times when you try to collaborate with others, sometimes there's clashing and there might be challenges, or you guys might not agree on certain things, and then maybe that project can get thrown out the window or never see the light of day. But you guys didn't allow that to happen. You came together for that common cause of wanting to see everybody's talent come to surface and see the light of day and be able to showcase what it is that they are capable of and can do. And it's only going to get bigger and better the more you guys continue to work at it. So before we talk anything about season 2, um, let me ask any of you, or actually, let me ask the writers: do you have other projects that you may be working on? If did this kind of pique your interest to want to write maybe a 30-minute short or a 60-minute episode, or maybe even a feature-length film?
I can go ahead and go first.
Okay.
I guess this moments allowed me to take a break from all the other stuff that I was doing, because all my other stuff is like real serious, or it's like assignment or clientele work. So I was able to kind of get back into my little creative bag of creating what I wanted for myself.
Right.
So with allowing that happening, I'm now doing a short film that I just wrote and finished last month. So I'm in the editing phase of that. I'm back into my feature writing, so I'm back into that, trying to get that finished. I don't know when that's gonna be done. That's down the back burner again. That's too much. But I don't know. It's just, this allowed me to get back to myself, creating for myself what I want to be seen, not for what others want to see.
Right.
And I do have to cut away. Sadly, I had to go catch my flight back to LA. I'm in Texas for the holidays, so I do apologize. But thank you so much for this opportunity. It was great seeing all y'all again. Great to finally meet some of y'all. And hey, man, just wait for season 2. I know you're recording this, so I know y'all gonna talk about that later. But yeah, wait for season 2. We coming at it bigger and better. But all right, y'all.
Yeah. Hey,
Peace
safe
out.
travels, man. Travel safe.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Jalen. But let me piggyback off of him real quick too. Even though I didn't write any of the episodes, just being able to read these scripts kind of gave me that push to just really get back into writing some scripts for myself, and just really just learning more, because I feel like when it comes to writing a script, that's like probably one of my it's one of my weakness, I'll say, because it's just sitting down trying to write the script. I could be in the. It's like you have those phases, like, oh, I'm in the zone. I could write a script. I could write 5 pages in 2 hours or something. To where it's like, dang, I don't know what to come up with next. So it's like, just being able to produce these scripts with my friends, and really giving me better look as far as different writing styles. It kind of just opened up as far as okay, you know what, I think I feel more comfortable really getting back into writing something.
Okay, cool, good.
Yeah, I'll also say I I go to school at NYU, and so I think it was early October when Malik hit me up or something, and I was already swamped with work, and so I was like, that's why I sent him the two things that I had already written, and he said, "Can you write something else?" And I was like, "All right, I'll write something else. It'll be good." And I think doing that, getting away from my schoolwork and getting away from the monotonous grind of kind of turning in the same thing, not the same thing every week, but an evolution of the same thing every week, and reading all these other scripts that I got to read for school, just taking the time to do something creative and not have, someone breathing down my neck about when it's due, or about just having the minutia of the machine of school, of the institution on your back the whole time. That really freed me up as well. Getting that moment to write that script for moments, I think was just a creative step back for me, because I was already in this every week I gotta write 3 more scripts. I was writing 3 scripts at the same time, and I gotta balance all these characters and read everybody else's scripts and watch these movies for class and do all this and write a report for this. And it's just it's fun, but it really wears down on you after even just a first month of school. So just I think having that breath was great, and that allowed me to actually I showed it in class, and one of my classmates hit me up later, and he said that he wanted to work with me for his capstone, and so I wrote something for him. So kind of bridged off into these other kind of opportunities within NYU, and now I wrote a capstone project that's going to be filmed in February, and I'm working with that director right now, and so it's just it feels like the wheels are turning, and it feels like things are going in the right direction.
Absolutely, it's like a budding career. It's like you're just getting started, and now you're starting getting opportunities from this one opportunity. That's awesome. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I guess I can go ahead and go. Yeah, I guess in terms of uh, that episode, after doing that entire process, it really did inspire me. I guess I started to finish out this entire just pilot and deck, and I decided to send that off to all my producers and stuff, and they were like, "Yo, you need to start send us some more stuff." So I think what I found throughout this entire process was just was to just trust everything in my work, because I've been going off like as a TV assistant, and I was just
Right.
pretty much just like draining everything I was doing just like every single day, and I was like, okay, like maybe I am like at that point where I can just like start like trusting out and just like sending everything out and just say like, hey, like I can like be here, you know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like what I learned throughout this entire process. So I have two pilots coming out. I have
Oh,
yeah, I have a pilot coming out, and I'm hoping that that I can pitch another pilot to my producers in a couple months, and maybe if that goes well, who knows? But honestly, I'm just gonna hope for the
wow.
best.
Okay, yeah, congratulations, man. That's dope too. So you said, I'm sorry, Isaac, real quick. You said you're a TV assistant right now.
Yeah, I work as a TV production assistant for Peacock and A24. It's a it's a show.
Oh
It's
yeah.
in process at the moment right now. It should be going to filming in this upcoming break. I think around like June, July or so, and then hopefully if everything goes right, we'd be premiering that top of next year, 2025.
Wow. Yeah. No. Always trust the process, man, and put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. 'Cause you just never know. And we're always going to be our worst critics, and this is for everybody. We're always going to be our worst critics when it comes to the things that we write, produce, direct, act in. But you really don't know, how the outside world is going to see that or receive that. So always put your best foot forward, and even through fear, do it anyways. And a lot of times the best things come when you don't let the fear stop you.
Man, that, you preaching right there. Because I think a lot of us all can relate to a season of like a tough season, right? When things isn't going as planned, when you trying everything you trying everything that you're trying to do everything right, and nothing is kind of like really working out. So, um, pushing through that fear, pushing through the uncertainty. This was a crazy, interesting season for me, kind of like these past couple of months. But it's like if we just sit in like what we're going through, we just sit through that and not really allow it to kind of fuel us to get up and move and to get up or to create or like cope with it, you find yourself getting into depression. So for me, in so many ways, I've been able to find therapy and just creating and really telling these stories and really just pushing it forward. And so, fear is always hard, but I think on the other side of fear is like you said, like happiness is joy, is it's an abundance of light, it's an abundance of love that's there for us to receive it if we're able to just kind of meet it face to face and head on and really able to kind of overcome that. So it's been true, man. That fear will get you, dog. If you're not careful, it will try to sneak up on you. But you got to really capture it, like really
Yeah.
capture it, and really like fuel you. And I say that with no's, rejection, and just whatever it is, like really tapping into that inner source, that inner power, and really pulling from that source. You can really make sure that you always put your best foot forward.
Right. And even if you receive rejection from somebody that you might have thought, oh, I really wanted this person to like this, whatever this is, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not good. It maybe it's just not for that person. Uh,
Yes, yes.
No, yeah, definitely.
so just keep pushing. That's it. So about season two, um, have you guys have already begun the process of starting season two, right? I
Yeah.
take that. Okay. What what um what are some of the things that you are doing to, I guess, to be um productive now to prepare yourself when you start to film or you start to work on season two officially?
Well, so right now we just with season two, I feel like we really started season two in the middle of season one, which is very crazy to say that. Now that season one is fully in the can, it's done. Um, well, right now, just been collecting scripts, just waiting to collect for like the rest of the scripts. We got like the first 3 episodes for season two, as
Yeah.
far as the
Hey,
scripts.
don't mean to cut you off, but here comes Jackie.
Oh, there's Jack. There you
Yo,
go.
So
Jackie. Hey, real quick, Jackie, are you on your phone?
I am on my phone.
Can I get you to turn your phone horizontal? Thank you,
There you
sir.
go.
Like this way? Yeah.
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 All right,
What's up?
awesome.
What's up? How y'all doing? I'm at work right now. I'm on lunch break, so yeah, spare
Okay.
me, spare me.
You good, you good. Hey, thanks for joining though, Jackie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
Real
no
quick,
problem.
I'm gonna let Malik finish. So if you could just mute your mic real quick,
Yeah,
and
awesome.
I'm gonna let Malik finish, and then I'm gonna jump to you since you only have a limited amount of time.
All right,
Okay.
cool. So yeah, so with the second season, I just been connecting a lot more with Aiko. She helped me a lot with the pitch deck for season one, and been working with just talking to Kelly too. We just been really just like figuring out better ways to how to market the series more, just as far as like throughout the platforms, and just really figure out how we can do it because I know we're about to get into that since we have to wait till we like get started filming season two, like probably next year.
Mhm.
Just during that time, I feel like it's the perfect time to just create like content to help push season one still and help build like the proper foundations for the series to where everybody can all see all the content for the series on one particular like page, one particular area, to where it's like all because I at the end of the day I could post it on my page and we all could collab on it. That's one thing, but I just feel that it would be best just to have somewhere where everybody can watch it from one particular page. Because me, I'm a filmmaker, director, cinematographer. I still have to showcase like all the other stuff outside of just moments. So it's just
Right.
really like building that gap in that gap in the meantime while we're still working on season two. But other than
Right.
that, we're just getting some scripts and just really just been planning out and how we can challenge ourselves to make it better and how we could really bring it together. But overall, we've just been getting we've been getting a bunch of submissions though from like the writers to the actors. So just very
Okay.
grateful for more people getting tuned into the series.
Okay. If I could, before I get to Jackie, there is one idea that I would like to pitch to all of you. I told you this, Malik, when we had a conversation on the phone. I'm not sure if you remember it or not, but it's still lingering in my head, and I feel like this would be a dope idea if you guys could figure out a way to pull it off. But I think it would be interesting, and throughout season two, if you had like Easter eggs. Um, we had like Easter eggs from the other episodes. So like from episode one, say you watch episode three, there's something that's going on maybe in the background or something that you have to catch in episode three that was from episode one. That it causes you to pay attention to it a little bit more. Whether it's if you guys shoot in the same location, but it's a different perspective, and it's somebody else's story. But let's just say Jackie and Jamal are in episode one, but then in episode three, it's Aiko or whatever. She's walking down the street, but you see Jackie and Jamal behind her as if that moment is still playing out, but just a different perspective. I feel like those little tiny Easter eggs or something like that, or maybe there's an object or a building or something just like, oh, I caught that in episode one. It's dope that you guys incorporated that in episode three and four or whatever the case may be. I think that would be something that would continue the interactiveness of what you guys have going on, and it's something that not everybody's doing.
Oh yeah, definitely Easter eggs. It's coming in. We're bringing the Easter eggs season two.
Okay.
I brought an Easter. I actually put an Easter egg in episode five. A couple people caught it, and it's crazy
Okay.
because if you go to the scene where Jackie and Jamal sitting on the couch, if you take a
Uh-huh.
listen to the sound and you listen to what like type of audio is going on, it's like a TV sound. It's from a movie.
Okay.
It's a black classic.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense as to why you said make sure you listen to it with headphones on.
Yes.
I got you. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back and do that. All right, cool. Jackie, are you there? Um, while we have you, because I know you have a short period of time, you're on lunch break. I don't want to take away from your lunch break, man. Everybody,
Yeah,
you got to eat.
gotta
Um,
eat.
yeah. You wrote and directed two episodes.
Just the last episode, episode five.
Just, okay, just the last episode, episode five.
Mhm.
What was the from the writing aspect? Was that your first time writing?
It was my first time writing in a full front to back production. So I had written before, and when I wrote before, it was actually Malik that was shooting for that. It was a proof of concept though, so that
Right.
wasn't necessarily a full narrative front to back story. It was a lot. It was more so like a long trailer. So this was my first full, front to back narrative story, and I was very excited for it. So it was a first, and it I guess launched me into that aspect of film.
Okay. And from the acting perspective, um, was this your first time acting, or are you
Acting,
acting because you act in the episode as well,
yeah. Oh, first time acting is something that I wrote.
or just in general? I don't know too much about you, so I'm
Oh,
sorry.
got you. Okay, no,
Yeah.
no, no. No, it's not my first. I've been acting for about 3 years now.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been acting for about 3 years now, and I've done some things here and there. I'm in a Hulu film, a Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's called All I Want for Christmas. I just got this role on Bounce TV on a show called Mind Your Business. And then so a few little things here and there, a lot of independent stuff, a whole lot of independent work. So I've been dibbling and dabbling for about 3 years now, and of course just seeking to get uh, those roles to break through. You know,
Right.
yeah,
And then as far as directing, was this your first directorial debut? Was it your first
yeah,
time? Awesome. So
yes. For
how was that experience for you?
that was experience. That experience was great because I had the blessing of having Jalen and Malik there. So it wasn't all like a weight completely on my shoulders. It was they allowed me the ability to direct it and to give my vision to it. But because they were there, it just gave a sense of a lot of aid, a lot of help, and just two genius brains to just to collab with. So yeah, that was like a beautiful thing just to have, and going from that and then taking that forward to when I like direct something and it's fully like all weight on my shoulders. I have two people that I could like branch off of and learn from that experience. So all in all, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was your take when you knew you were going to be working on the Moment series with Malik, when he approached you about this idea initially?
Oh, I was hyped. Yeah. I was hyped. I was hyped because I know Malik's work. And like I said before, I had worked with Malik on a proof of concept that I wrote and directed. That was back in 2022. So it was yeah. So so from that, I already knew his work. I've seen his work from then on. And then he hadn't done something film wise, like narrative. It's been a lot of things for other people, and then this is the first time that like he put it into himself, into what like he wanted to do as a filmmaker. And then I just knew off bat, like when he came with me to that, with that, I knew it was gonna be something special, just because of just the vision that he has. So put that into filmmaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome, man, dope. This question is for everybody. Um, how does I guess I know everybody has their own uh, things that they're doing, and they have going on. But how does it make you feel when you guys come together on a project where this is just purely passion and the love and the fun of it, and you are beginning to see the fruits of your labor come to fruition, outside of things that you are kind of forced to do when you're doing something that you love. How much more, I don't know the correct wording, how much more drive and uh, motivation it gives you when you see people are actually being more responsive to the work that you're putting in.
Oh,
I
that's a
want to
good
hop
question.
on.
You go.
Sorry.
Let me let you.
Okay. All right. I just want to hop in and say, like, when you have a healthy space to create freely, it makes a world of a difference. I mean, the episode that was the first project that I was able to hop back onto in almost a year. Malik knows my story. I hopped off. I was like, I got so overwhelmed by the industry in general. I was like, I need a break before it consumes me, you know. And I appreciate Malik because he was always encouraging of like, don't give up on this, like just keep going, find a way, like, you know, get your juice back and also get that rest to get your juice back. So I really do appreciate the fact that he brought me on board and was just like, this is the ideas that I have. I feel like this is something that you could hop onto, but it makes you have more of a drive, because I think the biggest lesson that I was going through this year was just finding the right people. It's like I'm not gonna over explain myself in spaces that I feel like I might not be needed, you know. And I know it's a fine line between like asserting yourself to enter those spaces, but also those spaces that welcome you as well. So it really made me reflect on what I look for when it comes to a team and a crew. And Malik just made it possible that we could do this ourselves as well. So that makes it all the more powerful and make a very unique experience where I think something that we all seek in a workspace, you know. And obviously this is more for passion, but it emulates what we should be producing in a work environment that's conducive to our own health, you know, like restore our inner child, restore what we want to do and release. And I think that's what makes this project and this series so special, because again, we do get to have that creative freedom. We get people that are extremely supportive. I love what Jackie said. I wasn't there on their set, but to hear that he can have somebody supporting him through those experiences, it makes it that much more powerful. So I do appreciate that.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Anybody,
but
anybody else want to add?
what happened?
I said, anybody else want to add?
Oh yeah. So I would say, I remember watching this video. It was from it was an interview with Christopher Nolan, and he was talking about with his first film. He was spent like his weekends working on the film, like with his actors and everybody else. Like they'll just come together on their weekends to create the film, like each week. So throughout that, when I heard that, I'm like, I feel that for me, I just throughout that time, being able to work with clients is always amazing. It's a blessing to be able to do what I love to do, which is like filming it's not a hobby, it's an actual career, full time. Like this is like my actual job. Being able to do that is just really like going through those process of like the highs and lows to where you getting bookings every month to where you have a month where you don't get no bookings, and it's really had taught me a lot through just going through that whole adversity and just really understanding a lot more as far as like, okay, I still, even though it may be slow at this time, but what am I going to do to be able to still keep going and still reap the fruits of my labor? I feel like this year in general was like the first year where I was able to like reap the fruits of my labor, because the first 2 years was just straight grind mode. Kelly knows, Aiko knows, we would be like just on this computer editing for like hours. Just people work, and it just literally it gets to a point where you like, man, you know what? I'm working with so many people that's just like we're helping them bring their project to life, but just like the process just don't feel fulfilling. So where it made me just realize like, okay, what am I waiting for at this point? I could just really just do something like together with like a group of people I already know and create something dope. And it's like I could spend my weekends or just whatever my free time to just create something that's meaningful, and that'll be something good in the long run compared to something that, okay, I'm doing this just because I'm paying the bills, and that's going. I mean, yeah, I gotta do it at the end of the day. But it's like, okay, what am I doing outside of that to help build what I want to do in the long run?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey,
I
Jackie,
got
it was great. It was great having you, man. Great talking to you, and amazing work on episode 5, bro. And keep it
Thank you.
going. Yeah,
I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. All right, y'all. Much love.
All right, yeah. So I was gonna wait till I was gonna go while Jamal wasn't here, but outside of moments, man, I just been had the pleasure of being brought on to DP a few short films for 2024, and just being able to still help like push further my production company because this is what I do full time. So now just getting into that space of like running as full production bringing in more crew and just letting just really just building that end, building on that end. So
No, that is dope, man. I really think that you guys have something special. Keep nurturing that. Keep working at your craft, at everything that you're doing. Um, you guys are probably a lot younger than I am. I love seeing younger folks um, find new and interesting ways to make things happen for themselves, and not necessarily, go the traditional route. I love seeing the unconventional route, and you guys break through. Um, and that's another aspect that I love about what it is that you guys are doing. So I commend you all. I would say keep going, and I appreciate everybody for being a part of this episode. You guys are the final one for 2023 for me, so it was great having you on, and I truly appreciate everybody's time and willingness to share what it is that you do, and I just love y'all's creativity, and anything that I can do to help push you guys forward, I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue to provide spotlight as much as I can, and through all the industry friends that I have and that I'm gaining by doing this and having this platform, I'm going to be sure to mention what it is that you do as well. Especially with the moments, and that's part of the reason why I asked. Have you guys heard anything, or has anybody reached out? I haven't reached out to anybody to have them reach out to you, but I will make it an effort to make sure that what you guys are doing doesn't go unnoticed, if I can.
it's all good,
So
man. It's just the
yeah,
start.
Appreciate it.
yeah, no, I know it's just the start, but that's why I say keep going, keep growing. Give it your all. Do as much as you guys possibly can within your means, and you just never know who might be watching, you know, and where it may land you one day. So I commend you all for everything that you're doing. You guys are a talented group, and you really are like your own production house. You have everything. So even outside of moments, if there's other projects that you guys can lend a hand on or become a part of and come together and make it happen, I believe you guys would have a solid project on your hands because you've already proven it with Moment Season 1. And I'm sure with Moment Season 2 is only going to solidify that. So thank you guys for being on the show. I appreciate your time. It was truly an honor. And like I said, keep doing what it is that you do. Everybody, the cast, crew, and filmmakers of the Moments series.